here to the bookstore, and I can't take complete credit because I want to thank the John H. Johnson School of Communications for entrusting us with this event. But what makes this woman such a fabulous human being is that she brought to us a magazine that not only spoke to women, but spoke to us as a collective community, and it made it important to know about finances, health, beauty, the world, but most importantly, the health of your spirit. And I don't know of any magazine that really speaks to the spirit. And that's what this book is all about. I'm really excited to bring it to you. And I'm excited to have you come to speak to us. Thank you. Thank you for making this something. Definitely. Welcome.
I've been talking all day long, doing interviews and conference calls, but I'm particularly happy to be here. Howard University. I wish I had been a student, but my daughter did go here for a period of time. And you know, when I think back to the very beginning of Essence, we decided, I used to be the beauty editor of Essence, then the fashion editor, then the fashion and beauty editor, and then editor-in-chief of the editorial director. And about 1972, we decided, was it 72? Yeah, we decided that we would do a college issue every year in August, and that the fashion would always take place on a black college campus. So Howard University was the first campus that Essence visited. And I had my little year-old daughter with me and met lifelong friends here. Both of them, two of my good friends, have passed away. Al Golson, he used to be the president of the hospital, and also Larry Hill, who was in medical school. Both of them were in medical school at the time, you know. And now I'm really overjoyed because Dr. Sonia Sobrian, who works here and teaches pharmacology, she and I grew up together. We grew up together in Harlem. She lived on the 3rd floor, I lived on the 2nd. She and her twin sister and I were in Catholic school together. Sonia, Sandra, Susan, Sobrian, and Taylor. And we haven't seen each other in 30 years. And last night, it was a wonderful event that took place with the Joint Center for Political and Economic Studies, and I'm on the board. And I went, and she was my guest. And then when I saw Brother Larry, Brother Akbar Muhammad, when I came in, I was just so thrilled. He was a part of the Nation of Islam, and I was just out in Chicago with the Minister for Savior's Day. And I was just asking for you all around, sort of walk in here and see you. It was really a joy. Thank you.
I just want to say that, Susan, today is Dr. Golson's birthday. He was born on April the 9th, and it's the reason I remember it so well. He did the surgery on Mr. Farrakhan, but also it's the birthday of Paul Robeson today. His 110th birthday, and I told Al Golson, Dr. Golson, I said that, you know, you share a birthday with a brilliant black man like yourself, Paul Robeson. So it's interesting. I didn't know you knew him, but
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I met him when he was a med student.
Right. Okay.
You know, we were all so young. I was a year older than him, actually. And I'm going to call his wife,
Okay.
Amy
Today
Golson,
is
today,
his birthday.
to know that today was his birthday. So why don't we just say, you know, remembering Al Golson, remembering Dr. Larry Hill, it's the confirmation or the evidence that we must hold on to. Life is not forever. You know, nothing is forever. And we waste so much time and energy and effort doubting and fearing and making up things about life that just are not true. We make it up that life is really complex, that it's really difficult. We have a mess in this world, there's no question about it. In our community, under stress. But what we forget is who we are. You listen to the nightly news, you look at it, we read the newspapers, but we never hear anything about solutions. We never ask the question, why? Why is there such chaos? Why are people struggling? Why are people suffering? And I do have an issue with our spiritual community, our religious communities, and also with middle-class black people, who just, in many ways, are abdicating their authority, abdicating their responsibility to put that underpinning of love and security beneath our community. Mommy was making her transition, I realize now, you know? And then the phone rang, nurse said, you better come right away. I rushed back to her bedside, but my mom had gone. And I wasn't hysterical, I didn't even cry at that moment, because what I saw in the bed wasn't my mother. You know, the spirit we call Babs had made its transition. What I saw was pure stillness, you know, and it was stunning to me. And that was the opening of my mind to the fact that everything that we put value in, my little custom-made top, and gotta have the right shoes. I wear size 11, so sometimes I have to get them custom-made. Can't find cute shoes in size 11. You know, and all the stuff we have to have, bigger house, bigger car, more of this, more of that. We have so much stuff we can't even keep it all in our homes. We have to have little storage bins along the highway or wherever. And you know, it's all dust. And if you live in New Orleans, you know that. Anything, it can be here today and gone tomorrow. There's no relationship that's guaranteed. And if our parents are lucky, they will predecease us. I'm just coming from a funeral. You know, I've been to 2 funerals in 3 days. One woman died of viral meningitis. She was here today with her beautiful husband down in Sarasota, Florida. Went to a little club meeting, came home, was laughing and joking with her husband. Next thing I knew, I was getting a phone call. Gone. Viral meningitis. Somebody sneezed in her food or however she picked it up. Well, Sonia, you would know. How would she pick that up, viral meningitis?
Usually just from transmission from people.
Good God. And it's fatal. They said it's almost 100% fatal?
Yeah, it is. You can, I mean, sometimes people will not, but not a lot.
Stunning. And you know what? Oprah had this big event over the weekend for Maya Angelou, so we were all down in Palm Beach. It was amazing. And they were 3 hours away, the particular man who lost his wife. And I just said, you know what? Oprah and them, they can go on the boat ride. I saw them yesterday, I'll see them tonight at the ball and tomorrow at the event. Let me just go and be with them, because it's so rare that you hear a man express the kind of grief that I heard Bob Johnson, is his name, express. This is a very, very wealthy businessman who lost his beloved. So the money and the big fine house and all the cars and the style, the accoutrement, meant nothing. He lost his baby. Monday, I'm sitting in a church in Brooklyn. Corey, my former fashion editor's son, who grew up at Essence. He grew up there. You know, moved into Essence when he was about 7 or 8 years old. She worked with us for many years, so I saw him grow up. 17, graduated from high school. Heard in a while a mother's wail. I hadn't heard a mother's grief for her beloved. To see hundreds of young people like you know, sisters and brothers who took off from work in their suits and ties, people in their jeans, they came in every manifestation because he was so beloved. And folk were just grown men. You know, brothers ain't crying at the drop of a hat, crying with their hands in their faces in their hands, standing up to speak about him, not being able to get through it. And so, you know, this, I'm going back to spirituality. We have lost our minds. We have lost our minds. Plain and simple. When we go home tonight and we look at the nightly news, it's going to be the same story. We know what it's going to be. And it's the same in every city. Just coming back from Chicago, I'm on my way to Chicago to launch something called Windy Cities Cares. And I'm going to tell you what happened at Essence and why I transitioned out and what I'm doing. But I spoke there 3 Fridays ago. St. Sabina, you know Father Larry, Father Flager, Michael Flager, who loves the minister and wrote a powerful editorial op-ed piece about it. They pick me up from the airport and they tell me that school year in Chicago, school year September 06 to June 07, 30 school children murdered in gun violence. This school year, September 07 to 3 Fridays ago, 17 murdered gun violence. Same all over the country. On Tuesday, I'll meet with the mayor of Philadelphia, highest murder rate in the nation. It's crazy everywhere, even when it doesn't look like it's crazy. Baltimore, you drive through Baltimore, oh, how beautiful, look at the little market things. Chaos. The wire is real. And what I'm saying is this. We are not going to do the larger work of securing our community. We're not going to do the larger work of learning